Well, you want to start?
I don't want to hog the microphone.
No, I wouldn't. We wouldn't want to accuse you of that. I had to. I believe David Soul was going to play Scarecrow, another old buddy of Kate's. The network, I had just finished Bringing Back Alive for CBS, and it wasn't the success they wanted it to be. And but Grant there said we have something else for you in mind, and it was a show called oh my God, Yellow Rose. Thank you, I got it. But the Yellow Rose, and that'd been something I would have been a little more interested in. But there was this other script. It came in pink and blue pages, and it had this crazy title called The Scarecrow and Mrs King. And this pilot was called The First Time, and Kate Jackson, former Charlie's Angel, was attached. And I thought, Sybil Shepherd, Sam Elliott, Kate Jackson, Charlie's Angel. I'm looking at these two scripts, and I called my agent. I said, I would love to do the modern Western one, the Western story, but I read this thing. It's funny, it's exciting. I would really love it, and that's the one they wanted me for, but they gave me the hello.
He's just trying to eliminate
hello.
the feedback.
So no, they gave me the wonderful choice there, and I had to. But I basically had to audition to answer your question. Kate and I met with who was the guy that did the pilot again?
Eugenie Ross Lemmings and Brad Buckner.
Them, yes. Eugenie immediately lifted her skirt, put her leg up on the desk, and she had a gigantic sunshine tattoo on her thigh. This was my audition. I thought, oh my.
Mine was really different.
I saw she had this sunburst tattoo on her inner thigh, and I went, oh my God, where do we go from here? And I thought where I thought it was going, and I said, I don't do that. And she said, no, we really loved you. And who was the guy that directed the pilot? And he did that in the first episode as well. Oh, come on, some of you people.
He was good, yeah.
He was wonderful. Anyway, we put together 3 or 4 scenes from the pilot script. Kate and I rehearsed with him, and we worked and we worked and we worked. And I got to tell you, I was scared to death because here I'd come off of this other series. It was my series. I felt I had failed, and here's Kate Jackson, who she was a big star to me, Charlie's Angels, the Rookies. And so I auditioned with her in front of the network, which was a room full of people. Yes, and you probably had at CBS Television City. And we did these 3 scenes, and these people were laughing. And these are network heads. They don't laugh.
They're dramatic scenes.
Physically, they were love scenes, and they were roaring laughing. Actually, to make these people laugh is a major feat. These are people who are hardened television executives. They've seen it all, done it all, and they're humorless, colorless human beings to begin with. Yeah. Anyway, they loved it, and we walked out of the room, and Kate said, "I think we did it." And I know I was in a daze. I said, "Okay, I'll see you." And I walked out, and the building, I ended up on the roof somehow. I don't even know where I was going. I was in such a daze. And anyway, I found out that afternoon that they were very happy with it, and they were going to go ahead and do the pilot. And that's how we started. But that audition,
With David Soul.
With David Soul, yes. No.
That is a love scene.
And yes. A whole different Scarecrow and Mrs King, yes. But that's how it happened. But it was basically an audition. If we'd have blown that, then I wouldn't have been there.
I got a good audition story.
Go.
This is true. So.
Mine wasn't?
Yeah.
Well, no, that was there. She showed me that again.
Yeah, she didn't show me that. All right. So anyways, I get a call saying there's this mystery script. I didn't get a call saying Scarecrow and Mrs King. I got a call, there's a Kate Jackson project, but it's really hush hush, and it's got no name, and you can't have the script, and you can't study it, but but you gotta come down and audition for it. This was audition number 1 of the whole series. So went down and I read with Eugenie. She played Kate, and they gave me the side as I got there. And every single line that was Kate's, she would change just a little bit here and there, or then she'd throw something in. I'm thinking, oh, this is real. I have that improv background, so I went with it. Second callback, same thing. I'm reading with Eugenie, and she's still changing all the lines. This poor woman has no memory. She's got the script right in front of her. She's producing this thing, but she kept changing the line. So I kept going with that. Third call, it was Kate who kept changing the line, which I found out later.
I was going to say, what had changed for you?
Well, I didn't know this then, and found out later that that's kind of the way, the working way that we worked on the set, where things were changed as you were shooting. So then we go to the screen test, which he's talking about with the colorless, humorless guys from CBS, and it was really watching this thing. There were 3 girls up for friend scene. I was the 3rd one to read. Well, they had me standing in the hallway right outside the door. I mean, you had to sort of stick your ear up against and hear how you were doing, right? So I hear number 1 coming going, that wasn't funny at all. I hear number 2, and I'm going, I got it! But I really didn't think I had it, because you don't. Like, and then, no, they didn't really laugh that much for me, but they laughed a little bit, which was encouraging. They probably already seen you when they were out of class at that point. Yeah, that's probably what happened. But we followed you.
Maybe we followed you, and by that time they wanted to laugh.
I warmed them up for you.
It was a warm-up.
It was really cool to get it. I mean, it was really a big coup because there were a lot of auditions. Then I finally found out the name of it afterwards, That Secret Project.
The lost episode. How did you guys do it? How did you and Paul do it?
We start out in a room filled with kids that look exactly like me. So it was like Minions. We're all running around, bumping into walls, things like that. And I did, I think, 2 or 3 interviews just with a couple of people before you get called back in. And after the 3rd or 4th time that you've got something. And I think it was the 3rd or 4th time. I walk into a room and it's those humorless, colorless people. And God's honest truth, my favorite is KJ. And, I was telling someone earlier, it was like, inside it's like, outside it's, how you doing, Greg Martin? I'm doing okay. And so they had 4 chairs set up in the middle of the room, and they said, and it was actually me and Paul. And they said, okay, you guys sit in the back, Kate's gonna sit in the front, pretend like you're in a car. And it's just improvised. And that's what it is. And for me, it was easy because I'm real animated and I'm a kid and I'm being typecast as a kid, so it's okay. And I can do all this and and then oh no. I'd be typecast as a kid right now. Sort of. Right, exactly.
Wearing a beard.
So exactly. So and then Kate kind of nods her head and says, yeah, that was great, and Paul's real energetic, and that was fun, and the humorless, colorless people will go, we'll let you know. Okay, so then I leave, and I'm oblivious. I have no idea how this process works. I'm just a kid. Right, oh yeah. Hi, how'd you do? Mom's like, how'd you do? I have no idea. Some guy in a suit said, we'll let you know. So like a week later, I'm at home, I'm playing around, I'm scuffing my knees, I'm getting dirty, doing what boys do, and Mom comes out with, the smile that's this big, and you got the part. And I don't understand, she's excited, and I'm like, I got what part? What part did I get? Kate Jackson, TV show, it's all good. Okay, great. And then, from there I kind of understood, but yeah, now leave me alone, I'm going to go back to my skateboarding. I did not get the tattoo, I was 10.
It's a sunburst tattoo on her inner thigh.
We'll let you know.
That was how she told me they'll let you know.